Skinner and Demoulas in Richfield Springs and Turnbull Insurance Service since 1866 present Mohawk Valley Living, exploring the arts, culture, and heritage of our region. A special good morning and thanks to our new Facebook friends. We like you too.
Good morning and welcome to Mohawk Valley Living. Today we are traveling all over the Mohawk Valley, including a trip to historic Sherburne. So come along as we enjoy spring in the valley of the Shenango.
There's a place on down the road, just over the hill past the maple grove. Down by the road just a little ways, that's where we all used to play. Moss-covered rods, water that's freezing, warm summer breeze, shore is pleasing, sun shining through.
Next Saturday and Sunday is the annual Mayfair on the Green in Holland Patent. This free Renaissance fair features performers, magicians, puppeteers, and Shakespeare himself. Enjoy the food and music of the Renaissance at Mayfair on the Green, May 11th and 12th in Holland Patent. Special thanks to Skinner and Demoulas for keeping Mohawk Valley Living on the road. Stop in and say hi to the guys at Skinner and Demoulas in Richfield Springs. Our first stop this week is the city of Rome, once known as Copper City because of its metal industry, at one time producing 10% of the nation's copper. Today, Rome's metalworking tradition lives on at Rowley's Ironworks, with the custom design and fabrication of traditional hand-forged iron as well as seamless aluminum and bronze. Here, third and fourth generations of the Rowley family continue what began over 100 years ago as a small bicycle repair shop.
My grandfather started it with my great uncle Paul in 1911, as close as we can come to guessing the correct date. And then my father, Eustachio Raleigh, took it over. Now myself and my brother Mark are running it now. My grandfather started out with a welding / bicycle repair shop, and he would do iron railings around the city of Rome. He didn't have any transportation. He had a cart that he would bring the cart to do the jobs and install the jobs, repair bicycles of course, and after a while they just started doing iron work. My great uncle Paul went to Syracuse and started up the Raleighs in Syracuse. There's a Raleigh's Iron Works in Syracuse, and we stayed here in Rome. Probably the bulk of our work is railings, porch railings, inside railings. We do a lot of fencing. We do quite a few spiral staircases, curved staircases, a lot of forge work. My brother Mark does a lot of that, where forged handles or a garden gate or something along that line. We do a lot of welding and repair, and a lot of historical work also. I think the thing I enjoy most is pleasing people. You know, you have an idea, we can make it happen, and it's special for both of us. So that's the thing I enjoy the most, really. Oh, with the family, it's nice. Well, if we do our own job, it's great, you know, because we don't sort of track on each other. But I tell you, it's nice. It really is, because to see my son interested in the business, it's really a joy. And I love working for my father. He was a great teacher. He really was. My uncle Tony, he came from Italy. He married my father's sister. He was an Italian craftsman. He started at 13 years old in the Italian shop. So we had very good teachers. It's nice.
To learn more about Rowley's Ironworks, visit their showroom at 133 Mill Street in Rome, or call 337-8070, or visit MohawkValleyLiving.com. Our next stop is Hamilton College in Clinton, where a new show is opening at the Welland Museum. Abstract painter Danielle Tegader is installing her first solo museum exhibitions. She is being assisted by local art students from Hamilton College and Pratt MWP. Danielle's work challenges the boundaries of traditional painting through the integration of sculpture, sound, and animation.
I grew up in a family of steam fitters, and what that means, steam fitters do large industrial plumbing and heating in buildings. So my whole family, my father, my cousins, my uncles, all do this. And what that would mean is I would get up growing up and they would be drafting very big plans of course by hand. Now it's on the computer. So this type of drawing and drafting and thinking about cities and architectural plans and urban plans is inspired by my family. I mean, I went on to art school and did that traditional route. But this type of drafting with templates and things like that really is inspired by, growing up and learning how to draw that way. So the installation here, there's 70-foot wall drawing, and so when I work on a drawing that is that big, I definitely need a team of people, and it becomes a little bit of a theatrical event almost. We have teams of students coming in. We're working all day and all night from 10 a.m. till midnight pretty much. And it's also an ephemeral drawing, so that's something else that, I know the students were a little, couldn't believe that it would be painted over in 3 months. For me, I really try to reveal these inner, or I would say, invisible systems that live around us and live in architecture. So when I'm looking at a wall drawing, I'm thinking, well, what's underneath the architecture, the electricity, the plumbing, all these other kind of secret things that you don't see when the walls go on. So I love revealing that. And that's also a metaphor for our life of what's around us, like cell phone, aviation systems, train systems, car systems. How do you move around a city and how do you move around space?
You're invited to attend the opening reception of Danielle Tegeter, Painting in the Extended Field, this Saturday, May 11th from 4 to 6 p.m. The exhibit is on display through July 28th at Welland Museum at Hamilton College in Clinton, open Tuesday through Sunday.
Look around, it lets me know I'm home. I'm making this valley my home.
Watch Mohawk Valley Living on Fox WFXV every Sunday at 7:30 a.m. and 11 o'clock p.m., followed by an encore. And now also available on WUTR every Sunday morning at 11:30 a.m.
I'm making this valley my home.
Here's what's hot on the lot at Skinner and Demoulas. Drive the exciting new Dodge Dart for only $149 a month with a new 24-month lease. $29.99 cash or trade due at signing. Drive away in this exciting new technologically advanced compact sedan at Skinner and Demoulas in Richfield Springs. When you insure your boat or watercraft this season, don't send your hard-earned money sailing. Keep your money here, working in your community. Insure with Turnbull Insurance. You'll get great, reliable, and affordable coverage for your boat. Turn to a company anchored in the Mohawk Valley. Turn to Turnbull. Your dream of owning a log home can come true. Visit Lock & Logs in Sherburne and learn how easy it is to create and build your dream log home. Pick up a free catalog and see why Lock & Logs is one of the world's leading manufacturers of custom log homes. Visit Lock & Logs, 1 mile south of Sherburne on Route 12. Celebrate Haudenosaunee culture at the Iroquois Cultural Festival May 25th and 26th, featuring dozens of artisans, storytellers, and dancers. Entry is free with your paid admission to the Fenimore Arts Museum, hosting the Iroquois Cultural Festival May 25th and 26th. Spring style begins at the Village Crossing. Discover unique women's attire, jewelry, handbags, and accessories designed to delight. The Village Crossing on the Village Green in Clinton. Melrose Supermarket is your family hometown market, known for their choice hand-cut meat, homemade pastas, and salads. This week, save on porterhouse steaks, great for the grill, only $6.99 a pound, at Melrose Supermarket, Frankfort. Try delicious Moo Moo Muesli, simply the best cereal, with whole grains, cranberries, coconut raisins, dates, and almonds. Made in Sharon Springs and available at your health food store. North Star Orchards is open for the season. The greenhouse is full of potted plants, annuals, and vegetables, and outside you'll find perennials, trees, shrubs, and topsoil. The bakery's open too, with fresh pies, cookies, breads, and muffins at North Star Orchards, Route 233, Westmoreland. Savor the flavor of authentic Southeast Asian cuisine at the Lotus Garden Noodle and Sushi House. The Pooh family welcomes you to lunch or dinner at the Lotus Garden, behind the Stanley Theater on King Street in Utica.
There's the fruit of my labor when I get bored. Tell me that it's mightier than the sword. It's sweet and subtle as a song of the wren. Well, if a drunk man's words.
Special thanks to Turnbull Insurance Service and Mark and Jim Turnbull. Their continued support makes the show possible.
He who reaps, he rises.
This week, we're traveling through the valley of the Shenango to the town of Sherburne. Originally inhabited by the Oneida, the Europeans' first settlement here was around 1792. It was named for the popular tune Sherburne, written by the hitmaker Daniel Reed in 1783. Not too much later, when Abraham Lincoln was president, the Sherburne News weekly newspaper was established. Nearly 150 years later, the weekly newspaper is still produced right here in downtown Sherburne by fourth-generation newspaperman James McDaniel.
The paper first started in 1864, March of 1864. My family got involved in the paper in the late 1800s. My grandfather worked with his uncle. As he got elderly, he took over the paper. And then my father worked with his father. As he got elderly, he took over the paper. And now I'm here in the fourth generation. We print flyers, we print pharmaceutical inserts, we print letterheads, business cards, a little bit of everything. We do die cutting, rat cards, you name it, we do most all of it here.
Pick up a piece of history. Pick up a copy of the Sherburne News. Available at the Big M, Skips Market, and right at the Sherburne News on East State Street in Sherburne.
But the devil's gonna have to wait for this soul of mine a hell of a long time.
The big headline news in Sherburne this week is the purchase of the historic Sherburne Inn by the nonprofit Save the Sherburne Inn Restoration Project. This well-known inn has greeted such guests as Duke Ellington, Peter Falk, and Richard Gere. When the inn's future was in jeopardy, the community rallied around this nearly 100-year-old landmark.
We want to bring the inn back to life. The whole point of the Save the Sherburne Inn Restoration Project is to restore the inn on the exterior and renovate it on the interior to be a well-appointed hotel and a beautiful restaurant that people want to come to again in Sherburne. There's been a hotel, a bar, restaurant, a tavern on the corner here since probably 1801, before the town was even incorporated. So why not continue instead of letting an important part of our past go? We need, obviously, people to come and help us with donations, financial donations, but we also need community support. We need people to keep us encouraged as we go down this road and file the applications for grants. If anybody has information that they want to share, a story that they had, that's something that they did here at the inn, a family event or a party that they came to that they just had a good time, we want to keep that alive too. So that's part of the whole overall idea. Historically, I think it's important because the inn has been here since 1917 when it opened in June of 1917. So it's almost 100 years old, this particular building, and buildings before it that burned down had been well patronized and a cornerstone of the community. So that's why it's important for historic purposes. But in the future, if we open this up as a hotel, restaurant, or bar, we figure that there could be 7 full-time employees and between 55 and 60 part-time jobs here. So that's going to be a great economic boost for the community.
To learn all about the historic Sherburne Inn or to volunteer or contribute to the Save the Sherburne Inn Restoration Project, visit thesherburninn.org.
Leave it to you can take it away.
Another example of the Sherburne community's dedication to their community is the reopening of the Rogers Environmental Education Center. The Friends of Rogers volunteer organization worked with the DEC to reopen the much-loved center after it was forced to close.
Back in the end of 2010, New York State, because of budget constraints, decided they had to close the center. Friends of Rogers is a nonprofit who's always been very affiliated with Rogers Nature Center and the DEC. Decided they wanted to take it on where they now do all the programming. So we are now essentially running the center after New York State decided to let everyone go. You know, you have to understand where they were coming from at that point. So the nonprofit Friends of Rogers has been running the center for the past year and a half, and they just recently hired me as the new director, and we're really looking to do a lot more programming in the community, We're really looking to become involved in the local schools all around the region. We'd love to do a lot of educational programming in the schools and really get the schools back on board visiting Rogers for programming. The grounds are open 7 days a week, 365 days a year from dawn to dusk. We have over 600 acres of land out here with nature trails. There's different opportunities for them to go fish around the area. You can obviously feed the fish, you can walk the property, you can view what we have in our visitor center. We have a plethora of bees that we were just looking at ourselves. We're really looking to expand the offerings we've had over the past couple of years, and really you should just come on out, check the facility out, check the grounds out, and you'll find something that you'll love.
The Friends of Rogers Environmental Education Center invites you to EarthFest today from noon to 4. There's live entertainment, green living exhibits, kayaks and canoes to try, local artists and refreshments. Admission is free today to EarthFest at Rogers, 2721 Highway 80 in Sherburne.
Traveling round the Mohawk Valley.
Stay tuned for more from Sherburne after the break. When you insure your boat or watercraft this season, don't send your hard-earned money sailing. Keep your money here, working in your community. Insure with Turnbull Insurance. You'll get great, reliable, and affordable coverage for your boat. Turn to a company anchored in the Mohawk Valley. Turn to Turnbull.
Hi, Dr. Tom. Bringing your cat to the Paris Hill Cat Hospital on Sundays is a part of Mohawk Valley living. Come inside and see why.
Paris Hill Cat Hospital, this is Lindsay. How can I help you? Hello, Mrs. Cole. Your cat is losing weight and you need an appointment? And you're only available on weekends. Sure, I have an available appointment with Dr. Karen Sunday at 2 p.m. Does that fit into your schedule? Okay.
We're open 7 days a week because we know that your cat can become ill anytime. The Paris Hill Cat Hospital, quality care for your cats and kittens.
You keep saying you're going to do something about your back and joint pain. Call Dr. Michael Tucherone, one of the area's only K-laser therapy chiropractors, the most advanced, non-invasive treatment of acute and chronic pain. Call 853-6225 and embark on your wellness journey today. Oscar's Picture Framing offers hand-finished molding and restoration of antique frames, restoring history for the past 42 years. Oscar's Picture Framing, 12 Kellogg Road, New Hartford. Shop Shelter for handmade Adirondack furniture designed by craftsman Jim Kiefer. He works with you to create custom pieces to your specifications, from dining room and coffee tables to bookcases, beds, and bunks. Call or visit Shelter on Main Street in Old Forge. Visit the magical Pop Butterfly Conservatory and walk among tropical birds and butterflies. Moms are free on Mother's Day at the Pop Butterfly Conservatory, Highway 7 in Oneonta. When you shop Mealan's Market, you'll be the grill master. That's because every hot dog, beef patty, and sausage is made by Bob Mealan himself. Find everything for your next cookout, from store-made meats to fresh salads and tabbouleh, at Mealan's Market at the Four Corners in Clark Mills. Tom's Natural Foods is your connection to local farms for natural and organic fruits and vegetables, meats, eggs, cheeses, and other milk products. At Tom's Natural Foods in Clinton, naturally. When you're visiting Sherburne, take a few minutes and travel about a mile east on either East State Street or Chapel Street to Rexford Falls. Here you'll find a little park with a footbridge that spans the Mad Brook Gorge.
Rexford Falls is a great place for a picnic any time of the year, but especially a spring picnic. Here the Mad Brook falls 75 feet, and it is named after Nelson Rexford, who devised the land on either side to the town. Therefore, it's called Rexford Falls.
I'd love to start a hobby farm, a senior citizen commune. We could all work together, organic we will grow, and we'll write from Mother Earth catalog, 'cause we're old now and
we travel out into the countryside of Sherburne to Rhodey Hill Farm. We've been to many alpaca farms over the years, but this is our first visit to a llama farm. Long before most people ever heard of an alpaca, Bob and Viv Fulton have been raising llamas. It's shearing season for llamas, and their fiber can be used just like an alpaca. The biggest difference between llamas and alpacas is that llamas can be used as pack animals, one of the main reasons Bob and Viv began raising them almost 30 years ago.
We got our first in 1985. We were at a Sheep and Wolf Festival. Bob was supposed to help me with the fleece show, and he didn't. He spent all his time with this woman at her llama booth, talking to her. Come to find out, when he was a kid growing up in Philadelphia, he had always wanted a llama. I didn't know that. We had gotten sheep. We hadn't gotten llamas. So a little bit later, we went to see this person in her farm because we were raising meat sheep at the time. And the llamas were an animal you didn't have to kill to enjoy. You can use the same animal to go hiking with as you use its fiber, as it's a companion for other animals. It can be used as a watch animal in sheep flocks, for instance. And the kids can take it through 4-H and shows and do all that kind of PR stuff. They're a great animal. They're intelligent. They communicate with you. We've been doing this since 1985, and we're still learning something about them. They're different individual personalities, and they're a pleasure to be around, is the bottom line. So, yeah, they're cool critters. They really are.
Learn the basics of triangle loom weaving Sunday, May 19th from noon to 5 at Mill Artisans on West Main Street in Sherburne. The 5-hour class is $35. Call 607-244-9954 to register or visit MohawkValleyLiving.com.
What we can see, traveling round the Mohawk Valley.
So where does all the llama, alpaca, and sheep fiber go? To a local fiber processing mill like Dreamweaver Creations. Here the raw fiber is washed, carded, dyed, and spun, and can be blended with specialty fibers for unique blends. The finished product can be used for knitting, weaving, and felting.
Most of our fiber, we do custom work for our clients, which are within 1 to 3 hours of here. There's a lot more farm-related direct marketing going on. So we see a lot of our clients bring in their stuff. We custom make it, and then they take it out and sell it directly, farmers markets, farm stores. So we've been seeing a lot of that. Most of the time it comes in raw, so it comes sheared right off the animal, dirty, greasy, whatever. Then we go through it, clean out anything that's not going to come out during processing, and wash it, and then start through all of the picking and carding and drafting and spinning processes. So I like the creative process, of course. You know, it's fun to work with colors and things like that, and to be able to create a finished product from this raw, dirty wool. You know, by itself, it's not really worth anything, but you know, you do all this stuff, you know, you do the dyeing, do all the processing, and you have this gorgeous product when you get done, and you can make a finished, you know, beautiful sweater or hats or, you know, things like that, you know, finished products. And so we do some finishing as well, but mostly we're doing the yarn. And it's satisfying to be able to take it from that raw product to something finished.
Sample different types of yarn today at the Yarn and Wine Tasting at Rustic Ridge Winery. The event is free, and you can try out various yarns while sampling wine. Today from 1 to 4 at Rustic Ridge Winery, State Highway 80 in Burlington Flats. And mark your calendars for the CNY Fiber Festival, June 8th and 9th in West Edmiston. What's a sure sign of spring? Motorcycles, classic cars, and homemade ice cream at Gilligan's. This popular year-round hot dog and burger joint was the area's first drive-thru back in the 1960s. Owner Mike Legault is keeping the fun tradition alive here in Sherburne.
Gilligan's is not known just for their hamburgers. They're also known for their homemade ice cream. There are 33 flavors of homemade ice cream, including this one here, which is Raider Passion, named in honor of the Colgate Raiders.
Well, I started working here in 1990 during the summer, and my uncle owned it at the time, and I just started working part-time and then full-time, went to college, worked here part-time, and after I graduated I wanted to work in a museum, but the restaurant business called me, so this is what I came to, and now I own the place and it's great. Well, it's a really family-friendly atmosphere, and you get to be a big part of the community. We help out a lot of groups at the schools and just churches. Everyone in the community is involved, and that's the nice part about it, is that we really get to have some involvement from everybody in the community.
Get out your motorcycle or classic car and cruise over to Sherburne for Wednesday night bike night and cruisin' at Gilligan's.
To see see. Traveling round the Mohawk Valley, let's see what we can see.
Here's what's hot on the lot at Skinner and Demoulas. Drive the exciting new Dodge Dart for only $149 a month with a new 24-month lease. $29.99 cash or trade due at signing. Drive away in this exciting new technologically advanced compact sedan at Skinner and Demoulas in Richfield Springs. Make a delicious impression at your wedding, baby shower, or corporate event with delectable delights from Sugar Babe's Cupcakes and Christine's Cookie Shop. Or sweeten up an ordinary day with a visit to their pastry shop at 46 Genesee Street, New Hartford, behind Randall's Pharmacy. View in Old Forge presents the 9th Annual Northeast National Pastel Exhibition, attracting thousands of visitors each year. The show thrills and educates with colorful works from some of the nation's foremost pastel artists. On display now at View in Old Forge. For the most unique shopping experience, visit the Little Falls Antique Center and the shops at 25 West. Over 40 local vendors, all under one roof. Shop local at the Little Falls Antique Center and the shops at 25 West. Always worth the drive at Canal Place in Little Falls. Brenda's Natural Foods is the natural choice for healthy local products, gluten-free and gourmet foods, personal care and natural cleaning products. Brenda's Natural Foods, West Dominic Street in Rome. The Pickup Truck, America's driving force. Come experience a new exhibit tracing this American icon from its beginnings to the present day, including a 1907 Chase Model D motor truck, opening May 25th at the Farmers Museum in Cooperstown. Call Yannick Excavating for all your residential and commercial projects, from new construction and land clearing to septic systems, driveways, basements, ponds, and topsoil. Visit yannickexcavating.com. Allie Lynn's Home and Accessories for distinctive gifts. For spring color. For the bride. For the wine. Allie Lynn's Home and Accessories, West Park Row in Clinton. Expecting company? Just call Deansboro Superette. They prepare delicious Middle Eastern platters for any number of guests. Call 841-4377. If you're in a collision, you need precision. Call your insurance company first and then choose Precision Unlimited, providing expert auto body collision repair since 1987 on Route 5 in Clinton.
I can't stand it when you're not around. I don't know quite what to do with myself. So if you have...
Not only was it exciting to meet animals like llamas, but equally as important to meet people like those in Sherburne who are a community dedicated to maintaining their community. I hope that you enjoyed the trip as much as I did, and that you will join me again next week as we visit yet another highlight of the Mohawk Valley. Between now and then, enjoy Mohawk Valley living.
Got a head like a beam. He steers a T-bird like